Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. I want to welcome you to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting conversation to have this morning. I've touched on this before. I wrote a book about love, about relationships, Biblical Bachelor, which you'll see on your screen if you're watching. If not, you'll find it in the description. But I'm not here to sell you a book. What I'm here is to ask you about your opinions on an idea. That idea is love. Do you believe that unconditional love is real? Do you think that it's something that's inherent in the human condition to desire? I think that I think that love is a mental opium of such. It's a painkiller that helps us get past the everyday difficulties that we have. And despite the fact that we're sold this fantasy of true love by Disney, by the romance novel industry, it doesn't make it any easier. Because, when I go to Barnes & Noble, right, because I'm trying to get my book in there right now, and I go there and I look at just how many romance novels there are. It's crazy. It is crazy how many romance novels there are. And the love stories are, frankly, kind of creepy. Like, there is a best-selling book right now in the romance novel category about a stalker. About stalker love. Yet everywhere I walk on campus at my college, it says, "Stop stalking. We need stalking to stop. It's not good. It's not good," which I agree with. It's not good. Well, then why is there an entire romance novel dedicated to, oh my god, stalking is hot? Why? Because the dude looks like Chris Hemsworth. It's so hot now. And you might say, well, Austin, what does this have to do with unconditional love? Well, what is love? There are songs, poems, books. Entire people's lives have been dedicated to that simple question. But I'm here to tell you, I find it awfully strange, and I should probably add I find it quite sad, that the men who are rich, good-looking, successful, they got riz, they have tons of love to go around, they have love in spades. But then the dudes who are a little goofy, ugly, not, broke, they can't seem to find love. But I thought love transcended all our mortal bounds, and it made us stronger than we ever thought possible. But yet, what is it with the people being rich, successful, and handsome have more love than they know what to do with, and the guy who's ugly, goofy, and broke can't seem to find any of it? Which leads me to say, I don't believe that there is such thing as unconditional love when it comes to erotic love. I believe that there can be, quote, unconditional love, maybe from parents to children, perhaps. Maybe for a pet. But I don't believe that love can exist between male, female, or erotically at all. I don't believe it's possible. Because the real deciding factor is time. And when you look at most marriages, from 0 to 5, the marriage is usually pretty good. But from year 5 to like 15, it's usually a nightmare, from what I've seen. And of course, there are exceptions. We all know this. But if anything, the exceptions make the rule. Because they show that they're not normal. My friends, do you think that love is really something that humans need? Do you believe it's something that we must have? I might be giving away too much about myself here, but I don't believe that love is all that important to me personally. Really, I don't. Not to say that love is worth nothing to me, per se, but I don't have an inherent need to be loved by someone. I have an inherent need to be successful, to achieve the goals I laid out for myself. That's what I have inherent need for, not love, not companionship, not any of that. Of course, it might be nice if it happens, but I don't need it. You can call me a sociopath if you want. That's not really what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that people are no good. What I'm saying is I don't understand this need that I see amongst people around me, people that I know, about their need to feel loved and validated, accepted, cherished. I don't get that. I don't get that. And I always bring up I love myself a lot, actually. So why do I need someone else to love me for? First of all, they're never going to love me as well as I love myself, I'll tell you that right now. How is it then, if love is worth everything, then how is it the people who get so much love, they can't have enough of it? It's like a drug. They build up a resistance to it. You know, love is something that I frankly don't even like to say out loud because it's so overused in our society today. So overused, so oversaturated, and partially that's to do with the fact that the English language restricts us. Because I believe in Latin they have like 16. They have multiple different ways to describe what type of love they are referring to, versus in English, it's I love my dog, I love my wife, I love this pizza, I love I love my hometown. You know, it's the same verb for everything, when in fact in other languages it's a totally different word altogether. But, you know, I really want to dig at this point here. Why do you, if you do, why do you feel the need to be validated? Why do you think that love is so necessary to the human condition? Why do you think that we feel this need to be loved for the most part? Because I frankly don't get it. I mean, everybody has needs, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, sexual. We all have needs like that. I'm not debating that point. But what is it with these people picking up love all the time? Like, I need love, as if like it's something that we've been conditioned to want and chase at all costs, which frankly we have. In fact, yesterday when I was on Twitter, there was a very interesting question that was raised, and it was a reference to the Matrix. Like, what is the Matrix? And I gave an answer that apparently a couple people really liked. And it was built upon the premises that most of what we believe is based upon a fiction. And we spend our entire lives attempting to make this fiction a reality when it was never based in reality to begin with. And the very notion that it can be will eventually gut our souls. We need to understand that human beings, we as humans, are often greedy, selfish, unhappy, lustful, slothful, and yet we want everybody else to be the opposite. And on top of that, we in America especially believe in this idea of monogamy, and that we need to find every archetype in one person. For men, it might be the maid, the cook, the caretaker, the mother, all that kind of stuff in one woman. Or for women, towards men, it might be we need the protector, we need the provider, we need the guy who can blow the back out, we need the guy who can, you know, care and take care of me while I need it, all that kind of stuff, right? The father, all that good stuff. But a lot of these things they're not conducive. They're inherently opposites. But yet we want to find them all in one person, and if we don't find it, we dump that person and find someone else. When that person we're looking for is like a unicorn. Unicorns don't exist. But yet we chase after them, convinced that they're real and that we're just looking in the wrong place. That's why for the longest time in human history, humans didn't practice monogamy. It was really only because of the Catholic Church that became a huge thing, especially in the Western world. And I'm not arguing that it can't work. It can. It just requires a lot of sacrifice consistently on both sides. And if you can't do that, then it's not going to work. That's it. Trust me, I know a thing or two about relationships. I wrote a book on it. I understand it to an extent. So don't treat me like I don't know what I'm talking about. The problem is people don't want to make sacrifices, which leads me to tie in again that I don't believe that unconditional love is really a thing, because people will have to make sacrifices, because disappointment is the bane of love. And a lot of people, when they're disappointed, will lean back to what they're instinctually been conditioned to do. Whether it's through trauma or through slow drip campaigns of conditioning, doesn't matter. It's just, the result is the same. So my friends, what do you have to say? Am I too cynical? Maybe I am. But this is just the way I am. I ask the questions. What do you think? Do you think unconditional love is real? Have you experienced it in your own life? Do you want to experience it? Do you have an obsessive need to have it? Please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say. If you like what you heard, you already know what to do. I guarantee you this is not your first time consuming content. But if you want to learn more about what I have to say about relationships and love, check out Biblical Bachelor, the book I showed you. Then it'll be linked in the comment section or in the description below. But my friends, I really am curious about this, because different people have different needs. And I'm not here to tell you your needs are not valuable or not real. They're real to you. The problem is everyone's a little different. So therefore, I'm really curious as to if you agree or disagree with me. Anyways, my friends, God bless you. God bless your families, and God bless America. I'm out of here. Peace.